Let's add some new pages to your Concrete5 site. The first thing you need to do is click this little pages icon in the toolbar, and that'll bring out the side panel all about pages. So the top section lets you add a new page following any one of these page types. The sitemap area shows you how your whole site is organized. Concrete5 keeps track of your pages in a tree, so if you click these little pluses, you can see there's project pages underneath the portfolio, blog posts underneath blogs, so on and so forth. And there's a section down at the top that keeps track of pages you haven't put anywhere in the sitemap, you haven't published yet, your drafts. So what we're going to start with is just an empty page. Let's just throw some content up on the site. So after you click empty page, you can see it's put me in edit mode on a blank page, and I can start dragging blocks wherever I want them. Put a content block in the main area, put some text on here so we remember what we're looking at. Hit save. And now when I go to exit edit mode, it won't let me publish because I haven't picked where I want it to show up on that sitemap, and I haven't given it a name. If I hit save changes, it still will save these changes. And you can see, when I come down here, we've got another untitled draft. So if I click that, it'll get me back here. And if I want to actually put this page somewhere in my site and publish it, I need to give it a name and pick where it should show up. So I click this link to get to the Composer interface. I'm going to give it a quick name. The description lets you do SEO meta descriptions, but what we're interested is picking where it shows up on the tree. And we're going to put that underneath team. And now, if we hit publish, we're actually making this page live. So if I now look at this team, there we go. On the drop down, we see the page that we just added. Any navigation that's using the tree should just automatically add it. We can make in-context editing changes wherever we want to it. You've added a page to your site. Now, Concrete5 also lets you make pages that are more strongly typed. So this is great if we just wanted to put up some content about our team, or we needed to add some text-heavy, something about legalese or background. But sometimes you're dealing with things that are a little bit stricter typed. So a good example would be a blog post. We will open the Pages sidebar, hit Blog Entry, and in this case, Concrete5 will take us right to Composer because there's a bunch of stuff that we need to enter. So here's our first blog post. We're giving it a page name. You can see it's making a URL slug, which is kind of the fancy URL that will show up in the toolbar. The short description is used on the summary page. I'll give it something. You can see it's already decided where the page should be published because it knows it's a blog post, and we only have one blog on this site right now. Topics are kind of like tags. If I put movies and books on, it's also implicitly putting reviews on. I can turn those on and off and change those through the dashboard. And you can see here I've got an interface for actually writing inside of a form. Choose a thumbnail real quick. But I can start writing here. And if I leave this window open, you'll see up top it actually automatically saves on its own. So this is a very traditional blog kind of interface. I can just save and exit, come back to this later, and you'll see if I bring up my Pages sidebar, here's my Hello World drafts. It hasn't been published to the live site yet, but I can still see it in edit mode. So if I want to publish it, simply hit Publish Page. And now if I come back to the blog, there we go. I just added a blog post. So this is how you add new content with Concrete5. Simply go to the Pages icon, pick the type of the page that you want, and start adding whatever makes sense.